All right. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadah. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and shalom to the believers, and double honors to the elders at Great Millstone. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. And that is Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai being the name of the Son. And I'm back at you with another lesson, back out here on the highways and the byways, teach this truth to the Negroes, the Native Americans, and Hispanics, all right? The ones who suffer the judgment from the Lord, all right? All right? They suffer the judgment from the Lord, being conquered, all right, in America, the Negroes being conquered from Europe by the same people, the so-called white man, all right, which conquered Christopher Columbus and the conquistadors, pretty much came over to the Americas, conquered the Native Americans, all right, and then later the rest of the Edomite tribes, in which the so-called white man is an Edomite according to the Bible, they came over and took the land, all right, because they're the same people, along with the small hats, all right? They're all the same people, all right? So we're out here to pronounce the judgment on Babylon the Great, America, which is Babylon the Great, all right? The great whore, in which all kinds of abominations are being spewed out in the earth, all right? Okay? Homosexuality, you can do as you will in America, all right? You can become a woman. If you're a man, you can become a woman. If you're a woman, you can become a man. All right. So all of this is being done here and spewed out by law by our so-called leaders to the rest of the entire world. That's why we know this is Babylon the Great. Okay. All right. So we're at spiritual war. That's what this lesson is entitled to. It's called spiritual war. Okay. All right. Isaiah 25:7. All right. Isaiah 25 and verses 7. And he will destroy in this mountain, we're in the high mountain, which is America, the highest part of rulership of the earth. Okay. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. So we now know who we are as a people, all right? Negroes, Native Americans, Hispanics, natives of the land are the children of Israel, okay? They are the children of Israel, all right? And we know who the other nations are. We know who the so-called white man, the one who took the Negroes into slavery, we know their title as the Idumeans and the Edomites, all right? They ruled as the Idumeans during the Grecian period. They had us in captivity during that time period. And they ruling now at the end of the world as the Edomites, okay? They are those people, they are the wicked on the earth, all right? Okay? You understand? So we know who we are as a people, all right? All right, we are the children of Israel. Again, the Negroes, Native Americans, Hispanics, Mexicans, all right, the natives of the land are the children of Israel, all right? And we're out here today to basically bring you back into the understanding of your heritage, okay? All right. So we'll go to Isaiah 55:6, because we have to repent and return back to the Lord, because salvation is prepared for us, okay? It's not for the whole world, okay? It was for the world of Israel, all right? Okay. Isaiah 55:6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. and let him return unto Yahweh, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith Yahweh. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. For as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so shall my word that goeth forth out of my mouth, it shall not return unto me void, it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. And what all the prophecies that are in the Holy Bible are going to come true. They're being fulfilled right now. All right. The pestilence 19 is in the earth. The Lord is plaguing the earth with the pestilence. All right. We have a drought that started in the Midwest, now that's in the Northeast. All right. All right. There's a fuel shortage. All right. There's a food shortage. All of this are plagues from the Lord. Okay. So we're asking you to return back to the Lord in spirit and truth before it's too late. What is too late? Thermonuclear destruction. That's what's coming upon the earth. Thermonuclear destruction is coming upon the planet Earth. All right. Being spearheaded by the other nations that's going to come against Babylon the Great, aka America. All right. All right. All right. Second Esdras 15 and 5 and 6. And this is in the Apocrypha, which the Apocrypha was in the Bible for 200 years before the false prophet, the Catholic Church, took this out of the Bible. All right. Why did they take it out? Because of the end time prophecy that's laid in the book, the Apocrypha. Okay. It tells you the end, how it's going to turn out. All right. So let's go to Second Esdras 15, 5 and 6. All right. All right. It says, behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues. Okay, so the Lord is bringing plagues. It ain't got nothing to do with global warming. The Lord is bringing these plagues on the earth. All right. Behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So the hurtful works are fulfilled in the earth. Okay. All right. The decree of LGBT across the planet. The LGBT flag is being sown in every nation. But according to the scripture, the commandments of the Lord was that anyone that that lied with man as mankind should be put to death. Okay. So for this violation, the Lord is bringing these plagues forth in the earth. Okay. That's what it is. It ain't got nothing to do with global warming. All right. As I said, there's a drought now in the East Coast. It started in the West Coast. Now it's over here. All right. The Lord is drying up the pools of water. Okay. All right. So we are the Israelites by blood. Okay. The Negroes are of the house of Yahweh, Judah. All right. The southern kingdom. All right. The southern kingdom of Israel. All right. We came over here after the 1300s. All right. After the fall of the rulership in Europe. All right. Okay. Our ancestors were put to death over there in Europe. We were the ones that went through the Spanish Inquisition. All right. We were the ones that refused Roman Christianity and was put to death. The children were sent to West Africa. Okay. The children were sent to West Africa. Okay. Those children are these African Americans walking around here right now that don't even know who they are. Okay. They're the African Americans that arrived here in America. All right. Those are the true Jews. All right. The tribe of Judah. All right. Yahawashah. I mean, Yahawada. The tribe of Yahawada. Okay. With their savior being Yahawashah. All right. All right. All right. All right. So the conquering of the Americas, all across the Americas, included the Native Americans. They're from the northern kingdom of Israel. All right. They suffered the judgment of the Lord. The Negroes, Native Americans, Mexicans suffered the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for forsaking the commandments in the Holy Land, in Israel. All right. They turned to other gods and idols. And that's the reason why we're at the bottom. They're at the bottom to this day. That's why Mexico is cursed. Haiti is cursed. All right. Jamaica, they can't rise. Why? Because the Lord cursed them for two reasons. One, for going against the commandments, and to allow Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, to rise. Okay. All right. So this is the time of the Edomites. This is the age of the Edomites, and which is falling right now before our eyes. All right. All right. They ruled as the Greeks, and they ruled as the Romans. All right. And then during this time, the Lord has allowed them to rule for a short season until the Lord brings it in the kingdom of heaven. Okay. The kingdom of heaven. That's what's coming. All right. So let's go to so it would have been the seed of the fathers that came over here in those slave ships. All right, the transatlantic slave, the seed of the fathers came over, the house of David from the coast of West Africa. All right, all right. Let's read Romans 9:3, which tells you just that. It's the seed of the fathers. All right. Their seed line, there's the sperm. All right. They had children. All right. Romans 9:3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of the Most High and the promises. So as you can see, as we just read, they all go to Israelites. All right. The seed line of the fathers. All right. All right. Verse 5. Whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, the Hamashiach came, who is over all, Most High, blessed forever. Amen. So it's through the seed line of the fathers that came over here in servitude in America and was scattered all over the earth in servitude and slavery. All right. All right. We'll go to Deuteronomy 28 verses 64. This was a curse. And this right here did not happen to the small hats over there that are dwelling in the land of Israel. All right. Deuteronomy 28 chapter, verse 64. This was a curse of the Lord. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth, even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So we will be worshiping Christianity, white Jesus, all right, and which was made up, okay, okay, all right, because he was a Negro according to the scripture, all right. He was a man of color, all right, all right. And also stone would be the Kaaba stone in Mecca, and also these Buddhist idols and stuff like that. They're made of stone. So that's what will happen. We will be scattered into all nations, and we will turn to their idols and gods. And therefore the Lord will pour out the curses upon them. That's why Mexico can't rise. That's the reason why Mexico can't rise. All right. They won't turn to the Lord. Okay. They worshiping idols. Okay, Catholicism and so forth. All right. So again, they would be scattered. And this is what the Lord says in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. All right. And that's the reason why you have the Hispanics coming over here to Babylon the Great. All right. Because their country is cursed by the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, for not keeping the commandments of the Lord. All right. All right. And they are worshiping idols. Christmas, New Year's, they about to go ahead and worship Halloween. This week they will be worshiping wickedness. All right. But the Lord tell them to turn away from that and turn away from these idol worship of the other nation. All right. Because we're the true people of the Lord. All right. And he's going to judge America, Babylon the Great, and destroy this place. So if you don't return back to the Lord in spirit and truth, he's going to destroy you with it. Okay. And that's why I'm out here today to call back the 12 tribes of Israel, you Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics before it's too late. Okay. All right. They already poised. Russia has got the capability of destroying this place in 1 hour, just like the Bible says they're going to do. All right. So we're calling you back to the true understanding of the Holy Bible before it's too late. All right. Because you are those people. You are the children of Israel. The Mexicans being of the tribe of Issachar. All right. You Negroes being of the tribe of Yahweh or Judah in the Bible. Okay. We have evidence of this. Okay. It's in the scriptures. All right. So let's go on. So we're at spiritual war. Okay. Spiritual war right now. Okay. Real soon, they're going to take away free speech. And I'm not going to be able to be out here anymore to tell you the truth, to tell you what's going on. All right. All right. Real soon, they're going to take away free speech from the earth. Okay. Let's go ahead and get that. Amos 8 and 11. It said, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh the power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. So the wicked of the earth, the so-called Esau Edom, is going to take away this wisdom. He's going to take away the understanding in the earth, because he's going to take it from you to he's going to take it off the social media platform, because you're not going to be allowed to speak on this. So we don't have a whole lot of time before the Lord takes this from the earth. Okay. Okay. Exodus 23 and 2. All right. You about to worship this Halloween. This is what the Lord says. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Neither shalt thou speak a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. So you're not supposed to follow a multitude to do evil. It's a commandment from the Most High, Yahweh, that the children of Israel do not do this. All right. All right. Go out dressed as goblins and goons and demons. All right. All right. So the people of the islands, Jamaica, Haiti, Guatemala, Mexico, Cuba, all of them are the children of Israel. They were all conquered by the so-called white man when the conquistadors, Columbus and all of them came over here. They conquered all these lands, forced you into Christianity at the force of the sword. All of this was biblical, all right? It was a biblical event that happened, all right? And it allowed and cemented the rulership of Esau and Edom, because we built Babylon the Great. We built America, okay? All right? All right? All these lands have remnants of Judah, the Negroes in them, all right? So the seed lines of the fathers went forth through all these lands: Cuba, Guatemala, Mexico, all these lands, all right? So the seed of the fathers are in all those lands, okay? So this identifies them as the northern kingdom of Israel, okay? The artifact for you Mexicans are the Los Lunas stone, all right? It has the 10 Commandments in Paleo Hebrew written on it. That's in Mexico, all right? And the Decalogue stone has the commandments on the a box that was found in the burial mound of a Native American, okay? It has the language of the tribe of Judah and Israel, okay, which is Paleo Hebrew written on it. And it was found in Mexico, all right? All right? Wait a minute, I think it was found in Ohio, I think. A Native American burial mound in Ohio, I think. Don't quote me on that. But it's easy to look it up, the Decalogue stone, all right? So these are artifacts that give us evidence that the northern kingdom did come over here, all right? Northern kingdom of Israel. Revelation 12 and 16, because we are known as a comely, delicate woman, Israel, by the Most High, all right? Revelation 12 and 16 said the earth would help the woman, all right? And let's read that. It said, and the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon cast out of his mouth. The dragon being Esau, Edom, the ancient Roman Empire. Okay? Okay? So they did come and take down Israel. All right? And they were allowed to rule for a period of time, the Greeks and the Romans. All right? But during before the 1300s, right around 300 and something AD, the so-called white man was not in rulership. All right, he was they lost their power. The so-called Negroes began ruling. All right, during the Roman Empire. All right, okay, and this is where it starts at right here, Revelation 20 and 1. Okay. And I saw an angel come down from heaven having the key of the bottomless pit being Europe, because it's very difficult to grow and obtain resources out of Europe. Okay, that's the reason why they had to come to America in the first place, because there were no resources over in Europe. All right. And he laid hold of the dragon being the Roman Empire, the ancient Roman Empire, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Okay. It's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. It's the people who have the spirit of the devil in them, spirit of wickedness in them. And that'd be the so-called Edomites, the so-called white men. All right. So he was bound for 1,000 years. That time period started in 300 AD. He did not come back into power till the 1300s, until the Lord released that seal from him. All right. This spiritual darkness, in which they call the dark age. All right. And cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more. How did they deceive the nation? by painting over the images of the true people that were ruling in Europe. They put up their own images, so-called Edomite white images, and painted over the dark images that were in Europe. Okay, they also set up and committed blasphemy by painting our Lord in their image. Okay, which is an Edomite, a so-called white man. So that's how they deceived the whole world. Okay, that's how they obtained their power. All right. So, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him, a spiritual seal, that they should not rise again. And this was called the Dark Ages for the so-called white man, that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season. That little season beginning when they founded America. Okay, they founded America over here in terms of 1776, and brought the children of Israel, the tribe of Yahweh, over here from West Africa. Okay, all right, and they began their short season of rulership in America, which is Babylon the Great. Okay, that's the short season. Okay, all right, but the Lord has already decreed to give the kingdom of heaven to the children of Israel. Let's read about that. It's already been decreed in the word of the Lord. Okay. Okay, Daniel 7:25. Let's read that. Let's see here. All right, Daniel 7:25. Okay, so still going in and out. All right, try to get closer. All right, is that better, or that I'm closer? All right, let me know. All right. Okay. All right. Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints. Okay, that's the kingdom of Edom, the so-called white man. He put our ancestors into slavery, wore them out. Okay, worked them to death. Okay, and put a lot of them to death. All right, we all know what happened over here in America during slavery. All right, we've seen the movies. All right, and think to change times and law. Of course, they enacted LGBT. Anytime they feel like it, they change daylight savings time and stuff and so forth. All right. So, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand. The children of Israel, the saints, will be given into the hands of the so-called Edomites, the so-called white man, until a time and times of dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion. All right. So the Lord is going to take away the dominion, the rulership of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, to consume and to destroy until the end. But who is he going to give it to? Verse 27. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. And that says all dominions shall serve him. Okay, that means that all these nations, all these rulership, China, Africa, who else? Russia, all these nations are going to serve the children of Israel, the kingdom of heaven. Okay, that's what this is saying. All right. Let's read that again. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Okay, so who are the saints? Can we identify the saints? Psalms 148:14, we can. All right. Psalms 148:14, and it reads, he also exhorted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye Yahweh. So the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, are the saints. That's who the prophets come through. Okay, that's who the great men who wrote the Bible come through. All right, the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, so that's who the kingdom and dominion is going to be given to. All right, beginning with Yahushua, the 144,000 as the governing body, and the rest of the believers, and the 1/3. All right, the 1/3 of all of Israel. Okay, all right, that great multitude included. All right. All right, so we did come over here. We can prove that. All right. We go to we'll go first to Jeremiah 50 and 33. All right. We'll go to Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Yahweh were oppressed together. They were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. Okay, we're going to continue to read. Their Redeemer is strong. The Lord of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. The Babylon that he's talking about is not Iraq, which was known as Shinar, but because we know that they were overthrown by the Persians. All right, I think it was the Persians and the Medes. Yeah. So the modern day Babylon is America. All right, it's America. So let's continue to read on. We'll start at 34. Their Redeemer is strong. The Lord of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, saith Yahweh, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. That's what's happening right now. The Lord is sending plagues on Babylon the Great. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon their horses, and upon their chariots, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her, and they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. Okay, because the America Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. It's going to be overthrown, all right, by the other nations. Okay, all right. Verse 38. A drought is upon her waters. Are we not experiencing a drought? We're experiencing a drought not only on the west coast, we're experiencing a drought on the east coast. All right. And they shall be dried up, for it is the land of graven images. We have over there in Washington, D.C., the phallic statue, which is the Washington Monument. All right. Okay. So they worship idols. Okay. A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up, and it is the land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idol. Okay. Like celebrating Halloween. That's going to be idol worship. Okay. Worshiping devils. All right. All right. All right. So let's go from there to Micah, the 4th chapter. Because we proved that. Let's read that again real quick. Jeremiah 50 and 33. So we're proving that they did come over here to America. Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. And let's go to Micah 4 and verses 10. Micah 4 and 10. Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion. So there's another Zion. We came over here. That's what the Lord means. We were scattered into another land. All right. Like a woman in travail, for now shalt thou go forth out of the city. We left where we were ruling at over there in namely Israel. All right. And thou shalt dwell in the field. We went into slavery. And thou shalt go even to Babylon. All right. Babylon being America. All right. All right. There shalt thou be delivered. There the Lord shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies. Okay. So the Lord is telling you that he sent the children of Israel to Babylon, another Babylon. And from there, they're going to be delivered. Okay. Delivered being saved from the hands of their enemies. Okay. And that will be the so-called people that put us in slavery. They will be your enemies. All right. Regardless of your feelings. All right. Let's get that at Deuteronomy 28 and verses 68. Deuteronomy 28 and verses 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. All right. Another similitude of the Lord. The Lord speaks in similitude to the prophets in visions. All right. Which is in Hosea 12 and 10. All right. He speaks in similitudes. Okay. So he's saying, then the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. With ships. We came here in ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. All right. I guess I'll show this image real quick. All right. You see that image there? Show it. Try to get it in both of my cameras here. All right, so, see that image there? All right. So we were sold to our enemies. Just as the Bible said we would be sold, we were burned at the stake. The Ku Klux Klan murdered us. All right. All right. See the man with all the damage to the back. Our babies were sold to alligators, alligator bait. Okay. So for this, the Lord is going to bring judgment to Babylon the Great, America. All right. So we can see that did happen. It did come true. All right. The Lord was good upon his word, and it did take place. All right. All right. Isaiah 46 and 11. 46 and 9. Remember the former things of old. That's why we're out here to remind our people of the former things of old. For I am the power, and there is none else. I am the power, and there is none like me. Declaring the end from the beginning. We have Genesis to Revelation, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done. Saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. So all these prophecies in this book are going to come true. They're going to be fulfilled. All right. So it would behoove you to dust off that old Bible that you have in your basement. All right. Because this is the only true book on the planet Earth that tells the future. All right. Of events. All right. Yeah. Let's see here. So, okay. All right. So now that we should know by now who our enemies are. They brought us over here in servitude. All right. All the nations had a hand in it. All right. So it's only rightful that they go into servitude and that they serve us, the children of Israel, as it is written in the scriptures. Let's read this. Let's go ahead and get it at Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, verses 16. And it reads, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. And that's what's going to happen to the other nations, beginning with the nation of Edom, Esau, Edom, aka the Romans. All right, the Edomites, the so-called white man. They're going to go into servitude and captivity during the kingdom of heaven. All right. First, most are going to be melted on this soil by thermonuclear missile. And that's why we're telling our people and warning them to come back to the true understanding of the Lord before it's too late. Because if you don't have this wisdom in you, the Lord ain't dealing with you. All right, let's get that at Wisdom Solomon 7:28. All right. For the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. So we're trying to give you the wisdom of the word. All right. The wisdom comes from this word. All right. You are baptized by the word of the Lord. Okay. And that's how you're going to be sealed in this knowledge. You're sealed in this wisdom. But if you don't come to the Lord and get this wisdom, you're going to be left here and melted along with the rest of the nation. Okay. All right. Let's read, see if I can go to that now. All right, I'll come back to that. Because the Lord raised up the men of the Lord to give you the understanding. All right. All right. That's why he raised up great men to give you this wisdom back in the earth. All right. You're not going to obtain this at your Christian church. They're preaching and teaching false doctrine. All right. Okay. That everybody can be saved. All right. Everybody cannot be saved. Only the children of Israel. All right. The 12 tribes can be saved. All right. The kingdom of heaven is for them, for all that return back to the true understanding of the Lord. For all that don't, they're going to perish right along in the land of their enemy. Okay. All right. So let's read, let's see. Let's read Baruch. We go to Baruch, right? Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High and the law that endures forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Turn thee, O Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. Okay? So you have to come back to the Lord, okay? In spirit and in truth. All right. We'll go down to verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemy. Okay, so you were delivered to the hand of the so-called white man. All right, because you forsook the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. All right, if you don't return back to the Lord, you're going to die with them in thermonuclear destruction. All right, you're going to be burned up when the missiles are shot from the end of the earth, from Russia and China and the rest of the other nations. Okay, that's what's coming. All right, because they have to be blood sacrifice in this land because of all the murders of the saints that were here. Okay, all right, and we can get that in Numbers. If I can find it, I think it's 35 and 31. Let's see it. All right. Oh, it's 33. Numbers 35 and 33. And it reads, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. They defiled the land. They murdered on every place that they conquered. Okay, they came to the Americas and murdered the Native Americans. All right, they went to Hispaniola, or they went to Puerto Rico and killed the Taino natives there, which were Israelites. All right, murdered them. All right. All over, they murdered. They put to death the Yahweh, the royal tribe of Judah, right here on this soil. So the Lord is telling you, this is what the commandment is. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So due to the fact that they shed the blood of the children of Israel, Babylon the Great, America, the people that shed the blood, the ancestors, the descendants thereof, their blood is going to be shed. Okay, and that's the reason why the Lord is going to bring forth this nuclear destruction. All right. All right. So we are the children of Israel. We're in Babylon the Great. We proved that. Let's go to Zechariah 2, 6, and 7. I didn't read that. Zechariah 2, 6, and 7. That'd be Zechariah 2, 6, and 7. It says, ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of heaven. We read that in Deuteronomy 28 and 64, saith the Lord. He spread us forth as a curse for going against commandments. We were scattered to all lands in slavery. Verse 7, deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon. So there'd be another Babylon. That Babylon being America. Okay? So we did come over here. We are here today. All right. All right. All right. So World War III is approaching. All right. All right. The Lord listed 3 woes that will come upon the earth, and the third woe will come quickly. All right. So we'll go to Revelation 11 and 14. It says the second woe has passed. World War II has passed. Okay. And behold, the third woe coming quickly. The third woe being the Third World War. All right. That's coming quickly. He's letting you know it's going to come quickly. All right. All right. So that's what's mounting up right now. All right. So we'll go to Ecclesiastes 3 and verses 1, because we are in the season of war. Okay. Not only physical war, but spiritual war. All right. Ecclesiastes 3, verses 1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. And that's what the Lord is doing now. He's gathering the stones of the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. And that's why I'm speaking now, because it is time. All right. Verse 8, my point, a time to love and a time to hate. So the Lord does hate as well. All right. That's what Christianity took out of the Bible. That's how he was able to confound and deceive the world. All right. With the love potion, the love doctrine. All right. A time to love, a time to hate, a time of war. That's what we're in now. And a time of peace. All right. We're in the time of war. That's what I want to establish. All right. All right. So we'll go to Ephesians 6 and 10. We'll read down to 18. All right. Because we're at spiritual war. Ephesians 6 and verses 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahweh and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And this being spiritual demons' sake, but also the so-called white man. All right. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay, and that'd be your Amalekite, okay, small hats. They're the wickedness in high places. All right. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth. All right, truth coming from the Holy Bible, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, and which is this word, which is the word of the Most High, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all the saints. All right, so we're watching. Say watching thereunto. All right, we are watching. We're looking at the prophecies as they're being fulfilled, because we are the witnesses of it. All right. All right. The two tribes, the kingdom of Judah and Israel. All right. We are the witnesses in this Bible. We're witnessing the prophecies we fulfill. Okay. All right. All right. So the Amalekite small hats are in Kanye West has them riled up. Okay. Has them riled up in the spirit. Okay. All right. Why? Because Kanye West uttered the words that they don't like, and that is that they not the chosen. All right, they're not the chosen people of the Most High. All right, So what Kanye West said rattled them. All right. So now they're destroying Kanye. All right. Whether he be down with them or not, I believe he's down with them because they want to bring forth legislation in order to come against free speech. All right. Just the other day, we had the gentleman Pelosi, Paul, I think it's Paul Pelosi, that got attacked. The first thing they came out with was we got to do something about conspiracy theory. So we're not ignorant to Satan's devices and what they're trying to do. They're trying to put an end to us bringing out the truth, to bring and quicken the elect of Israel back, all right, into understanding, all right. They're trying to take this truth off the internet. That's the real strategy, okay? Because we are the true people of the Lord, all right. I proved that, all right. We're the people of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, 15 on down, okay. We suffered the curses. We came over here in cargo slave ships. They didn't, okay. All right. All right. So the rulership of them, they know that it's going to be cast down by the Most High. All right. If we go to Revelations, the 12th chapter. All right. Revelation 12th chapter and verse 9 and 10. And the great dragon, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called rulers of this world, the Edomites, all right, the ancient Roman Empire, which is revised during our time in America, all right, and NATO, the European nations, and America make up the revised Roman Empire, all right? And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. They're the ones who raised up the image of white Jesus, all right, and deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angel was cast out with him. So their rulership, their dominion is going to be cast out. That's what that's me. Their dominion, their rulership is going to be cast down. Okay. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Hamashiach, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down. You see that? The accuser of the brethren being these Amalekites, the so-called white man, the Amalekite small heads that rule the world. Okay? For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accuses them before our power day and night. And how are they able to do this? They're able to do this by using their witchcraft through the media. All right? Which leads me to, let's see if I have that on me. All right, let me read to you. First, I'll read Job 9 and 24 to prove it. Let's go to Job 9 and 24. Job 9 and 24. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it? All right. So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right. All right. So the small head Amalekite over there that are dwelling in the land of Israel are not the chosen seed of the Lord. All right. And let's prove that they rule the world, that the earth is given into their hand. All right. They own most of the corporations that are in America. Let's go through the list. Starbucks, SodaStream, Goldman Sachs, all right, the movie theaters, Simon Schuster's, Dell, Microsoft, Progressive, Insurance, Hyatt, Oracle, all right. In the media, they own it all the television networks, Bloomberg, The Economist, ARP, New York Times, New York Daily News, Washington Post, U.S. News, CNN, Huffington Post, The Daily Show, BuzzFeed, Viacom, MTV, BET, Nickelodeon, CBS, Showtime, Comcast, NBC, ABC, Disney, Carnival, Facebook, Google. They own it all. Okay. All right. They own most of the NBA teams. Okay. All right. Brooklyn Nets, Dallas Mavericks, Chicago Bulls, Golden State Warriors, on down. Okay. So they rule the world. That's what the Lord is telling us. All right. All right. The Amalekites, the Jews, the so-called white man, they rule the world. This is their kingdom. All right. That's what the Lord is telling us. And we'll go segue into that in the second Esdras 6 verses 7, because we already know that. All right, the men of the Lord already know. Second Esdras 6 and 7. But this is how it's going to turn out. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? Verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham and unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand first held the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So eventually, they're going to lose their dominion, as I read in Daniel, the 7th chapter, and it's going to be given to the saints of the children of Israel, as it is written. All right. So, so Esau is the end of the world. So this dominion, this rulership is going to be cast down. Okay. That's what the Lord was talking about. All right, we'll go to Sirach 10 and 8. That'll be in your Apocrypha. Because of unrighteous dealing, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. All right. So the kingdom is passed to one people to another by the Most High because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. Okay. Did not America steal this land, take this land by force? All right. Broke all the treaties of the Native Americans to obtain it. That was deceit. Did they not use deceit? Yes, they did. All right. All right. So in no way could those people over there in Israel be the chosen people. The scriptures tell us that the true Israel will be on the bottom. All right. Deuteronomy 28, 43 and 44. Deuteronomy 28, 43 and 44. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. We just showed you that they are the top. They're the trillionaires. They're the billionaires of the earth. Okay. He shall lend to thee. They lend to us. All right. But the Lord is saying that he's speaking to Israel. This is what would be happen to them if they don't keep the commandments. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head. They are the head. And thou shalt be the tail. So in no way they could be the people of the Lord, because they ain't at the bottom. They're not at the bottom. This was written to the children of Israel. All right. So if you can understand it, that was one of the curses against them if they didn't keep the commandments of the Lord, that they will be on the bottom. But these Amalekite small hats over there in the land of Israel, are the richest, and they rule America. Okay, I just showed you that they own most of the major corporations in America. Okay, so they lying to you. They are lying, and that's the reason why they're coming after Kanye. All right, because they don't want to be exposed. All right, they don't want their lie out there. Okay, they control the media. All right. All right, let's look at the statistics. They come forward and they say, oh, 6 million of us died. It was such a horrible thing. All right. So how many people died during the Atlantic slave trade? 60 million to 150 million. Is anybody crying for the children of Israel? No. Okay. Coming over here to America, 60 million to 150 million died. And we're talking about 6 million. Really? All right. And the Lord has spoken this. It's written, Daniel 9 and 11. Daniel 9 verses 11. All right. Yea, Salaki. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law. They transgressed the law, our ancestors, even by departing that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him. And he has confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. And that was that slave trade. Okay. All right. Putting us at the bottom in the slave trade. Right. For under the whole heaven, this is the point, for under the whole heaven has not been done as has been done upon Jerusalem. All right. Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics. All right. Let me read that again. All right. For under the whole heaven has not been done as has been done upon Jerusalem. Okay. And that includes those 6 million Amalekites. Okay. That's over there in the land of Israel. All right. It don't come close. 6 million can't compare with 60 million. And we're talking about transatlantic slave trade. We're not talking about what happened to the Native Americans. All right. And nobody cares about them. I'm just saying. Okay. So they're gonna take down the truth from all platforms. All right. That's their goal right now. They're gonna shut down free speech. All right. Once they have committed enough false flags. All right. So who are they? All right, let's go get into who they are as a people. They are the nation of Edom, Malachi 1 and 4. The Bible tells you everything. All right. Malachi 1 and verses 4. We'll start at 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord, yet I loved Jacob. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord has indignation forever. So the Lord hates them forever because he created them to be the wicked on the earth, to create a balance in the earth. All right. Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So the Lord created them to be the wicked on the earth and to obtain this rulership for a period of time before he brings in the kingdom of heaven. All right. So that's why all wickedness is at a high level now. Okay. We have the LGBT community. We have all sorts of perverseness in the land. All right. Pedophilia, all that. Okay. All right. All right. So we'll go to Sirach 12:10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth. Read that again. Ecclesiastes 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humbled himself and gave all them millions of people that venom, and they were dying left and right. Were they not? Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee when he has overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Okay, and that's going out to the Negroes, Native American, and Hispanics. All right, you have enemies. All right, the Lord created enemies for you. All right, it says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? So a lot of these people regretting taking the venom. All right, okay, because a lot of them are disabled now. But if they had read the scriptures, they would have known not to take it. All right. Jeremiah 17:5. Thus said the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord. So they put trust in the so-called white man and his so-called potion. All right. And then they took the potion, and now they disabled and can't work. Okay. And that's why the Lord raised up the men of the Lord to come out here and give you the truth. All right. All right. But we're not going into captivity anymore. Okay. Children of Israel are not going into captivity. But the nation of Edom, they going. Let me read that again. Lamentation 4:21. I haven't read this yet. Slocky. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Okay. So that Edom is not destroyed. It's another Edom, and which is in America and surrounding the globe. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked. And this is for Israel. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. And that's what's coming upon America, Babylon the Great right now. All right. Plagues. All right. All right. Because what their plan is right now is to bring in the new world order. But the Lord is going to overthrow that plan. All right. To enslave the whole world, first using the CBD system, in which they're going to crash this economy, bring in a digital system. All right. All right. Let me show that real quick. If I had it. They're going to bring in a digital system. All right. All right. And that's their plan. All right. These Amalekites, these top echelon small heads that rule the world, in which I listed. You know, they rule all the corporations. They're going to bring in, and this is Klaus Schwab right here. He's the one spearheading this. As you can read there. Klaus Schwab. All right. He's coming in with the CBD system and the digital implant. All right. That's their goal, is to enslave the whole world, and you're not going to be able to buy or sell or purchase anything unless you have this biotechnology. All right. All right. And these are the men that have through the years talked about the presidents. Was that President Bush? He spoke about it. Obama. All right. And all of these men, they're the ones who are bringing forth this new world order, new industrial revolution. All right. Therefore, they're going to seek to enslave the whole world. Okay. All right. They're going to put a grain of rice in your hand. Can't seem to get that. They're going to put a grain of rice. We show that real quick. All right. It's kind of hard to manipulate this, but I get it. Yeah, right there. All right. They're going to put that in your hand. All right. They're going to put it in your hand, and you're not going to be able to buy or sell without it. You're not going to be able to buy or sell without that in your hand. All right. That's what's coming. That's their plan. Okay. That's their grand plan. In order to thwart the kingdom of heaven, all right, if they can get everybody in this system, then they feel that they won, because then you have went against the Most High. And let's read about that real quick. Let's read about it. Revelations 13. Revelation 13 and verses 16. All right. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, and free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So if you ain't got this technology, you ain't gonna be able to go into the store and purchase anything. And that's what's coming. All right. They about to bring down this system. All right. All right. This fiat currency has been exposed and destroyed, and it was prophesied by the Lord. Obadiah 1 and verses, it was prophesied by the Lord that this would happen. All right. The dollar, in which is being the dollar is being propped up by oil, all right, by Saudi Arabia. But what did Saudi Arabia do? They bailed on America. and said they want to go with China and Russia. All right. All right. So let's take a look at that scripture. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee, because they no longer want to deal with America anymore. All right. Okay. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Okay. So this is the judgment of the Lord. All right. All right. So we're getting ready to go into this. We're approaching the time when the currency is going to change, and you're going to have to change with it, or you ain't going to be able to eat. All right. All right. Let's get that at Second Esdras, the 15th chapter, verses 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people should stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. Okay, so that's civil war. Okay, that's civil war, and the modern day sword is the gun. Okay, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions will stand in their power. So they're not going to listen to the government. People are just going to put matters in their own hands. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed. So all that prepping you're doing for the famine ain't gonna work. And men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. And why? Why is this all going to happen? Because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right. Because when they bring forth this CBDC, central bank digital currency, and they're going to have to crash the dollar. They're going to have to put a stop to this transaction by way of the dollar. So they're going to go with the digital implant. All right. And the CBDC. And in between time, how are you going to eat? Okay. How are you going to be able to buy food? You're not going to be able to. And that's what this is talking about. People are going to take matters in their own hands. All right. They're going to be kicking in your door to get your food. All right. That's the judgment of the Lord. All right. That's coming upon the earth. All right. All right. Let me read that again. A man shall have, that's verse 19. 15 and 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. There'll be great tribulation out here. Okay? All right? And this is how they intend on bringing forth the digital implant. Okay? All right, so we only have 25 days of diesel fuel. Only 25 days of diesel fuel. All right, so they say. All right, that's what's being put on national news, and that's what's being put on low level on TikTok, on low level platforms. That we don't have much time for diesel fuel. How they gonna get food to the store? How is that gonna happen? All right, that's what we're warning you about. Okay, that's why the warnings are going out. Okay, by the men of the Lord. The Lord is bringing forth judgment, and He's using Esau and Edom. All right, this nation to bring forth this famine. All right. All right, so we're at spiritual warfare, as I spoke of. The Amalekite rulers, the Jews that rule the world, all right? They own most of the corporations in the United States, all right? Let me read about them a little bit, all right? First, we serve a power, which is, his name is Yahweh, all right? Let's go to Exodus 15:3. Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. Okay? So Yahweh is a man of war. All right? Now, in the ancient world, the Amalekites, they were always enemies of Israel. Right? Okay? They're the ones right now ruling the world, and they're over in Israel right now. All right? They own all the corporations in America. They control the financial system, all right? The Federal Reserve, all right? So, all right, so we'll go into their history a little bit, all right? So the Lord said he would be at war with Amalek from generation to generation, all right? Exodus 17:16. For he said, because the Lord Yahweh has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. So we're at war with them, all right? Spiritually, all right? They are on top, all right, ruling, all right? They're the ones who are coming against Kanye West, all right? Because Kanye West declared that the children of Israel and the tribe of Yahweh are the Negroes, all right? And he told the truth, but he being a part of them, okay, you can never know what's going on there. But at the end of the day, the Lord used him to speak these words, all right? But that's what we've been saying for hundreds of years, okay? The men of the Lord. We already know who we are, all right? But this is declaring war against them, all right? Because their lie is being exposed to the world because he has a huge platform, okay? Huge, all right? I think 31 million followers, right, that Kanye West has. So they want to shut him up, all right? All right? But it's already too late. The word is went forth, the truth is went forth all over the earth, all right? The children of Israel are the Negroes, Native Americans, and Latinos, all right? The ones who suffered at the hand of the so-called white man, the Esau Edom, all right? They're the ones who were conquered on this land, whose blood was spilled all over this land, who the Lord is going to bring judgment on this land for them, okay? All right? That way. Yeah, it's down there on the left. Yep. All right. All right. So Amalek, the Amalekites, was the grandson of Esau. All right. They were at war with King David. King David, before Solomon's rulership, his son, he subdued them. Okay. They were in subjection, just like we're in subjection to them today. Okay. All right. All right. 1 Samuel 15:1-2. Let's read that. It says, Samuel also said unto Saul, that was the first king of Israel, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel. I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling ox, and sheep, camel, and ass. And Saul gathered the people together and numbered them in Timon, 200,000 footmen and 10,000 men of Judah. So with the nation of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics have been at war with Amalek and the sons of Esau from the beginning of time. All right, the Edomites being the so-called white man, the Greeks and the Romans, the Israelites being the Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics. Okay, and the Lord has promised to give the kingdom of heaven to the Israelites. Okay, all right. He's allowed Esau, Edom to rule for a short season of time, as I read in Revelation chapter 20, verses 1. All right. And now that season is drawing to a close because the wickedness has been fulfilled in the earth. Okay. Wickedness is at an all-time high in America, Babylon the Great, and around the world. We have LGBT flags flying in every country. All right. That goes against the commandments of Yahweh. Okay. All right. So they rule all of Hollywood. They rule most of the music industry. They rule all of the movie theaters. They have all of those in their possession. All of the networks, the media. So you can't. That's why you can't believe what you see on TV, because they manipulate everything. All right, they control the narrative. All right, to the people. Herod the Great, the son of Antipater, and Edomite. Okay, Herod the Great, the very one that was seeking to kill the baby Hamashiach, or so-called Jesus, was an Edomite, was a so-called white man. All right, okay. Matthew 2 verses 1 through 15. Let's read that. All right. So we've been at warfare with them forever, pretty much. Matthew 2 verses 1. Now when Yahushua, the one they called Jesus, was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east of Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born king of the Jews? So he was looking for the birth of the Hamashiach, all right, before he was born. For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Hamashiach should be born. So he was inquiring, where should this king of the Jews be born? And they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet, and thou Bethlehem in the land of Judah art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. Then Herod, when he had privily called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, go and search diligently for the young child, and when ye have found him, bring me word again, and that I may come and worship him also. So he used deception because he wanted to kill the child. All right. When they had heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them till it came and stood over where the young child was. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. And when they were come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts, gold, and frankincense, and myrrh. And verse 12, and being warned of the Most High in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. Okay. In verse 13, and when they were departed, behold, the angel of Yahweh appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise and take the young child and his mother and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word. Well, this is the point. Here at the Edomite, the so-called white man, for Herod will seek the young child to destroy him. So from the very beginning, the foundation of Yahushua HaMashiach, they've been killing us, seeking to kill us. All right, our people. All right, the Edomites, the wicked. All right, all right. So these Amalekites that are coming against Kanye is basically using subtlety to basically stop the truth, free speech. All right, so that we will not be able to tell you the truth through the internet and social media platforms. That's what this is all about. Okay, and that's what this lesson is to warn you about. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Okay, because this word ain't gonna be here forever. All right. All right, so I explain you that they rule the world. All right, that the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. The Luciferians, the top elite banking owners, own the world. They own America. All right, they own the banking institutions. All right, all right. They call them. They're going by the name that they are worshiping, you know, in spirit and truth, you know, like they are, you know, I'm not even gonna say the word, but anyway, they're acting like they're people of the Lord, but they're really not. The Lord did not choose them. All right, he chose Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. And I'm gonna end on this last scripture at Isaiah 14:1, in which tells you that, you know. Now I'll read two scriptures. So Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, okay? Because we are dwelling in a strange land. Our ancestors came over here in servitude. We're in a strange land, the descendants of the slaves, all right? He said, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Okay, I'll keep reading. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives. All right, they never let us go here. Okay, we never returned back to the homeland of West Africa, Israel, Spain. None of those lands, all right? And they shall rule over their oppressors. Let me read that again. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So that's what's coming, all right? So the Lord is going to allow us to rule over our oppressors, all right? Then we'll go to Psalms 2:8. Why do the heathen rage? Why do they think they can still stay in power and in rulership? By coming up with this new world order system, all right, to enslave the world, to maintain rulership. All right, we see you, we know what you're doing. All right, the kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together, saying, the Lord, and against his anointed, saying, let me read that again. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together. That'd be some of these Amalekites, these small heads, against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord has said unto me, thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. And this is the decree. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thine possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them into pieces like a potter's vessel. So that's what's coming upon the earth, the kingdom of heaven. All right. Israel restored. The 12 tribes of Israel restored. The other nations going into slavery and captivity. All right. And Babylon the Great being utterly melted by thermonuclear missile. All right. All right. Okay. And I guess I will go to Malachi 4:1 and end with that. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. So you ain't gonna have no nephews, you ain't gonna have no sons. All right, because the Lord is gonna burn this place. All right. Isaiah 14, I end here. Isaiah 14:21. There's a precept of that. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. So the Lord has remembered what was done to the children of Israel. All the lynchings, all the murders, all right, of the children of Israel. Negroes, Native Americans, Hispanics. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Okay? So, with that note, I say all praises to Yahweh, all praises to Yahweh Shai, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadah. Shalom.